doing so well at preparing for your labs. Here's a snapshot of the rubric of the expectations for the labs. You've been planning in advance. If you plan very little, it means that you didn't read the lab in advance and you didn't bring in the sheet and you don't know what the questions are, but you've been way up at this level 5. You've been demonstrating expert level planning, including you read the lab in advance. Question 1, question 2, question 3. You printed the lab sheet or you brought it in, you had it available to you. You you made sure that your previous lab is finished. You participated in the theory. I see notes in front of you. And you have, I know that you came to class. I know that you know the theory. And you tried some of the circuits and your math in advance. You were professional. You arrived on time. You bring in all of your supplies. You help others. You have a good attitude. You don't swear. I think swearing is like over here or over here. You clean up your workstation when you leave. Level 5 for practical skills means that you were an expert in making that circuit. You demonstrated the skills or techniques accurately. That's a neat and tidy circuit like you've been learning. You identified all of the necessary components. You had the right chips in there. You used the right colors for the wires. You followed the procedure to a known outcome, so your truth table worked. You wired in a workmanlike fashion with appropriate length and the color jumpers, etc., like you have been taught. It's a beautiful circuit that I can see and troubleshoot really easily. Reflection is it's not about knowing everything before you come in, but it's about being able to understand the link between the theory that you learn in class and what happened in the lab. So expert level means that you demonstrated the ability to integrate that theory. You know your truth tables, you know the Boolean expressions, you can simplify into practice when you respond to the professor's questions. So when we come around and we ask you, okay, why is it working like this? Why is it working like that? What is the expected outcome? Then you know what to expect. It doesn't mean you walked in that way. It means that at the end of the lab, you really understand what's going on. Amended and built upon previous actions to facilitate learning. That means, those are my fancy words for you, demonstrated a growth in learning. That means that sure, you might not have connected all of the dots before you came into lab, but after 2 hours, you really can understand what the purpose of the lab is, what that lab is demonstrating, and how that is linked to the theory. This is really important, this level of reflection skills. This means your time in the lab was worth it. It means you learned something. It means you didn't give up. And it means that the foundation that you learned in theory class has been fortified by your hands-on learning in the lab. Very important. Keep up the great work. This has been your rubric for demonstrating your lab skills, your practical lab skills in the courses where you learn some theory and then you do some lab.